everybody, welcome to Pink Pumpkin Crochet. That's hard to say. For those of you that don't already know me, my name is Ruth. I'm 28 and I live in Derbyshire in England. Oh, and I feel really awkward. First off, I didn't quite realise how dark my eye makeup was, and just, you know, what I looked like till I sat in front of my phone to film. So I feel a bit uncomfortable. And my jumper keeps riding up as well and I keep pulling it down. I have been away a little bit. I've been on YouTube now since I've made notes, and I want to keep referring to the notes because I feel mega uncomfortable, so at least I've got something reasonably. See, I've not written this down, so it's not in any order. I have something that makes a reasonable amount of sense to say. I have been crocheting since January 2017, I think. I remember it was when my friend found out she was pregnant, and I started crocheting, and I have been crocheting, YouTubing since a year after, so January 2018, and I've had a little break. So I thought I'd come back and do a bit of an introduction for any new subscribers or anyone that comes across me or whatever, and just a bit of a catch up for anyone that already knows who I am. So I live in Derbyshire with my partner, Kirk. We've been together for 7 years now, well, more than 7 years, and we have 2 dogs. One's sat there. Hugo is 5. And Hector is 1. We've this week we will have had him a year. I think Friday or Saturday, something like that. And yeah, we've got a lovely little house and we're all very happy in it. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I mostly like to crochet granny squares. I think it's because I find them easy and therapeutic. I'm sat next to an open door as well, and flies keep coming in and flying back out, and they're really bugging me. Yeah, I like to do I love to do a blanket, but obviously it's a big project, so I do try and find smaller things to make as well to try and keep me. I don't know if interested is the right word, but to keep me wanting to crochet rather than it becoming a chore, which it can do when you make, you know, like a massive blanket. I love to buy yarn, that's a problem. But I am starting to learn to try to sort of like to have faith in myself to make new things that I've not done before, and it doesn't matter if it all falls to bits or whatever. So I'm hoping I have a notebook. I've done this before, and then Hugo, oh, poke myself in the eye. It's going well. Hugo wanted to go out, so I started again. So I don't know what I've already said and what I've not, but I've got a notebook with notes in, so I keep looking down. I am sorry, but I've sort of thought about what I wanted to say. So yeah, so I've had a bit of a time out. I have a sort of like, at the beginning of the year, I sort of I've not really done it wholeheartedly for this year so far, 2019. I don't know why I'm speaking in like years so much, but it's just how it works out. But I've had like a nothing at all break. Like I've hardly been watching YouTube since the summer. So I have a bit of a timeline of where I've been. So this isn't going to be the most cheerful video. I will be talking about a few sad events, so if you're in a sensitive place or, you know, don't want to hear about things that might upset you, please watch this. Don't watch this. Watch something else. I don't know. I'm not getting into too many gory details, but I have had a bit of time out. I suppose it all started last year when my dad passed away in June, and just part of the natural grieving process, I suppose. You just lose interest in things and don't want to be crocheting and don't want to be making videos. And I have really struggled with that. I subsequently have had other family problems, which have, as well as losing my dad, had very severe effects on my mental health and my physical health. I think something that I've learned is that you sort of I can't have one without the other. So if my mental health is affected, so is my physical health, and vice versa. Your body is one thing, isn't it? So yes, so I've got written down, Dad passed away in June. Christmas we had family problems. At the end of January we had continued family problems, and I became very low. So February, it was from the end of January to March. So for the entirety of February I was signed off sick from work. I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and I can hear Hugo doing something. And I have been seeing a doctor regularly, and started the process of going to counselling. I've been taking medication. I've also been doing things at home to try and help myself. I've been meditating. I've been trying to just, I suppose it's called self-care. I don't know. I think sometimes self-care can mean different things to different people, but just, reading a book or having a face mask, or not necessarily like anything exciting, but just trying to do things that are kind to myself. Yeah, so with all that, I've not been wanting to make anything, and I've not been wanting to film myself, through my not so good days, and I'm sure a lot of you can understand that as well. I think I've learned, as much as I've gone through a lot, I think I've also learned a lot this last year or so. I don't know. I keep referring to my notes, but not everything's written in there. They are very brief. Yeah, I think I've just learnt a lot that, everyone's sort of fighting their own battles, and it's okay to take a bit of time out. And another thing I did actually as well, which did help me personally, again, not everything's for everyone, and I think you just have to find what works for you in cases like this, with anything else. But I've been reading a lot, and also I've been doing, Fern Cotton has released 3 books. I think one's called Happy, one's called Calm, and I can't remember the other one. Or is it Quiet? Happy, Calm and Quiet. I don't know what order they come in. But it's a book, like an activity book, but it's for mindfulness, and the book does what it says on the front, I suppose. So if you want to be calm, read the calm book. If you want to be happy, read the happy book. But they all do sort of like work with each other, and I haven't done them in the order that they were released, which I don't think matters. It didn't seem to matter to me. I suppose she has referred to the first book in the second book and so on. But I found them really helpful. I did get the happy one a long time ago, and I think I was too low to do it. I wasn't in a place where I wanted to be thinking about certain things and what have you. So there is a problem. I suppose there's a time and place for it, and it might not work for you, but that is a top tip, I suppose. It just is like a workbook, I suppose, that to make you think about things. I don't know, it's hard to explain. I don't really know what to say, but sort of like just like writing stuff down, and having 5 minutes to yourself, and making sure that you just stop. And I spend a lot of time sitting outside just doing nothing, but I also spend a lot of time like with a pen and notebook in my hand, and what worked for you on a Monday might not work for you on a Tuesday. I don't know. I don't think I am the person to talk about this necessarily. But if anybody is going through anything like that and you would like to talk to me, I don't know if I am the person with all the knowledge, but, and I don't even want to say that I feel like I'm out the other side, because I definitely don't feel like that, but I definitely know you can feel better, and it will get better. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I didn't really mean to go on about that for so long. And the other thing that I suppose has happened most recently is that I've been made redundant from my job. So Saturday, just gone, the 28th of September was my last day at work. I'd worked there since I was 16. That was my first job. It's been my only job. I worked at one of the country's leading supermarkets. I'm yet to be paid my redundancy money, so I don't wish to disclose that information just yet. It's pretty obvious who I work for. I think I've said it in previous videos. And it was just, you know, one of those things. It wasn't down to anyone in the shop, so I'm not angry at anyone. I'm not thrilled. But yeah, so I don't have a job now. But I do plan on taking a bit of time out, and I feel like it's come at the right time for me. I hope. I don't know. But I'm going to take a bit of time out. I don't want to... Hugo, why are you jumping on the cushions? I don't want to just... We've had some new cushions and both dogs are obsessed with wanting to like dig at them. And they're new, so I'd like to keep them nice for at least a week. Yeah, I don't want to be a Christmas temp somewhere because I've just left retail. And I know that I probably won't get the best hours. So I'm going to enjoy Christmas off. And you see him jumping around. I don't want to cover the thing up. There, look. Hugo! What are you doing? You're on a pile of books on a box on a box, so I don't want to faff around too much. Yeah, I'm going to take a bit of time out and hopefully find something that I've got a cup of tea here. Maybe I should enjoy it. Maybe I should drink it. I want to hopefully find a job that I really enjoy, that is, I don't know, I'm passionate about, and might not make the most money in the world, but it's fun, or I don't know, something that's probably not so fun but it's got really good hours, or I don't know. I feel like I was just doing a job because I'd always done the job, so maybe this is like the kick up the butt to do something that I want to do, or I don't know. There's a lot of things that I'd really like to do. I'd really like to be able to sell my crafts and make that be a living, or part of a living at least. And I do, not that you'd be able to tell, I do family and friends nails. And I'd love to, you know, perhaps train for that and do that as a job. I enjoy baking, that'd be a nice job. But all of these things tend to be either self-employed or I don't know. There's a lot of things I enjoy doing, and I don't know how good I'd be at them if that was my career. I don't know. Yeah, I'm in a really unsure place. It's just happened. And Kirk and I have agreed that I don't need to rush to find a job straight away. So maybe this little period of time can be for figuring that bit out. Yeah, so I hope this hasn't been too negative of a video. I didn't mean to talk about things quite so long, and I don't know how much sense I've made. I may just upload this and not actually watch it back because I feel like I look like a potato. Yeah, I have made a blanket. Oh, I'm going to talk about Instagram in a minute. I have made a blanket, which you can see on my Instagram, which is, I think it's just Pink Pumpkin Crochet. I think. I'm sure it is. I'll put it in the thing. Not that I've worked out how to do anything properly since my last video. But it was on the spare bed, and it's that time of year where there's loads of spiders around, and I don't trust that the dogs aren't eating some of them. But yesterday I took a pile of washing upstairs, and I was sorting it into like mine and Kirk's, and to put the towels away and what have you. And this blanket was at the bottom of the pile, and I picked it up, and there was a huge spider on it, like a tarantula. Not really. And so I just threw it on the bed and I didn't pick it up, so Kirk got to pick that up for me. He looked last night, but it was like he like looked at it, he didn't like pick it up or make sure, he just looked at it, which wasn't good enough. So I can't show you that till Kirk's checked it for me. I'm an independent woman. Yes, yeah, I've just got down here that I've been enjoying Instagram. So although I haven't been watching much YouTube, I will admit that. I've been watching like really rubbish series on Netflix and documentaries and things like that. I do watch on YouTube all my true crime people still. But I have been watching 3 people on YouTube regularly. I have more recently had to catch up a bit. But that is Linny from Candy Goth Creations, Kim from Blue Cherub 82, and Denise from Dear Designs. Yeah, I've written it down. Those people's names. Those are the people that I just love. I just love those ladies, and I could watch them all day. I feel like it's sat chatting with a friend. Yeah, but I have also been Instagramming a bit more. It's a bit easier than sitting down and filming. You see him? Pottering around. Yeah, I've really been enjoying Instagram. I feel like there's a whole other community on there. And for anyone that doesn't have Instagram, I would recommend getting it. I have a friend who I used to work with. It's weird to say. I cried on Saturday when I left. It was horrible. Who I used to work with that doesn't even know about me crafting or crocheting or anything. But she has an Instagram just so she can follow. She likes to clean, so she can follow Mrs. Hinch. And she's like, what did she say? Incognito on there. You can't tell it's her. She hasn't got a picture or anything, and her name's not anything to do with her name. And she didn't even tell me what it was. Yeah, so I would recommend Instagram. Most of us crafters are on there. I was thinking of doing. This is a 17-minute video. I was thinking of doing Vlogoween or Vlogtober or, whoops, Craftober. There's different names for it. But I thought I was perhaps, I can't speak, I feel really nervous still. I thought I was perhaps setting myself up to fail a little bit. Just, you know, going from not filming at all to filming 31 days. And I do have a couple of things coming up that I can't film. I'm going to, well, I could, but I do have quite a few family things coming up with Kirk's family. I'm going to, his mum does burlesque size, which is burlesque dancing, and I'm going to her show one evening, and I know the music will be copyrighted because I know it, you know, I didn't go last year, but I saw videos, and so I just know it will. And I have a funeral this month, and I'm going to the cinema this week, so there's just days where I'm not doing much, and when I am doing something, it's not filmable. And like I say, I just felt like I was setting myself up to fail a little bit by putting quite so much pressure on. So maybe towards later in the month, I could do like a vlog week or weekend or a couple of days or whatever. But for now, I'll just update you all. I'm going to let you go because it's 20 minutes, or it's 19 minutes, and I have just waffled on. I've shown you nothing. So let me know how you all are. I hope you're well. I do miss chatting to you all in the comments. That's like a big part of this for me. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Thank you all for watching. I hope it wasn't too much of a sad video. I am feeling better now. I still have bad days. I'm not 100%. Is anybody ever 100%? I don't know. But I feel a million times better than I did at the start of the year, and not all my problems are fixed, but I think I'm dealing with them better. And if anybody wants to talk to me about anything, the the family issues that I won't go into, or, you know, losing someone close, or just dealing with mental health problems, I naturally assume that because I had family problems and I lost my dad, that is why I had my bout of depression. And I've always been anxious. I've always had anxiety. It was just never diagnosed, so I never wanted to say it, but I've always felt the same. But you know, maybe I was already gonna have these struggles anyway, and that just, I don't know, maybe it all happened at the same time and it was a coincidence, or maybe it did kick it off. Who knows? I don't know. There are dogs barking outside, but neither of them are mine. Well, none. They aren't mine. I don't know how many are barking. What? I'm going to go. Thank you all for watching. What I was going to say is, if anybody wants to speak to me about anything, please feel free. Please. I won't be able to help you. That's one thing I want to say to people that don't or aren't suffering with mental health problems, but might know someone that is and don't know how to help. You can't make it better, but just knowing you have somebody to talk to, or somebody that will listen to you if you want to speak to them, having someone that believes you. You know, I have experienced it where people just don't believe that it's a problem, and I feel like I'm losing my mind sometimes, and they think I'm putting it on because I want a day off work, or I want a bit of attention. That's not how it works. I know that's not for the majority of people, but you know, if you know someone that is struggling and you don't know what to do, just say, I can't do anything, but I can listen to you, or you know, just listen. That's all you can do. You can't fix it for them, so don't worry about having to. On that note, I'm going to go, because I always worry about talking about things like this, like that there's too much of a generalisation. I can only speak from my experience. So thank you all for watching. I promise next time we'll be a bit more crafty. I'm just going to get Kirk to check everything that I've made for spiders, and we'll be fine. I have a little basket of cotton. I'm really not going. I have all my basket of cotton here, and some hooks. I'm thinking about making some little face scrubbies, but we'll see. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a lovely October, and let me know if you're up to anything exciting. Let me know if there's any videos you'd like me to film. Let me know if you'd like to talk to me about anything at all, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!